Hello and welcome to this episode of Stoic Lifting, a series where I take Asian wisdom and relates it to modern life. Today's quote is from Marcus Aurelius and it goes, "Consider that before long you'll be nobody and nowhere, nor will any of the things exist that you now see, nor any of those who are now living. For all things are formed by nature to change and be turned and to perish in order that other things in continuous succession may exist." What this quote means is quite controversial, but it means that you don't matter. You are indifferent. You are of either very little or no significance at all. And while this might sound cynical and harsh, it is the truth, and what I've come to find is it's a nice truth, because how difficult would it be if everything depended on you, if the world's well-being, if every single thing in your life and everybody else's life depended on you? What a pressure! So I've come to find it to be very peaceful to be indifferent. Let me take an example. You are walking down the street and you stumble on the pavement. You do that little jump where you fall over your feet, and then you look around and some people saw you and you are embarrassed and are thinking, oh no, what might they not think of me? But let me tell you this, they don't think of you. They think about themselves. Let me turn it around a bit. If you saw somebody fall on the pavement, what would you think? You would probably think, oh, embarrassing. And then you would move on with your day. You wouldn't even spare it a thought 5 minutes later. And try to think of that for yourself in many aspects of daily life. Whether it be if you fail a set in the gym, or if you, say something wrong in class or during a meeting, whatever. What you need to find solitude in is that you don't matter. And when you realize that you don't matter in the great scheme of things, you can start living even more, because you don't have to take into consideration what other people might think of you. You can be everything that you want to be, because nobody's gonna care anyway. They're too caught up with themselves. They're too caught up with what other people might think of them. Consider this. How many people are currently alive? More than 7 billion. How many people have been alive? I don't know the exact number, but a lot. And how many people will come to live? Also, pretty many. So, how important are you compared to the other 7 billion people currently alive on this earth? Well, possibly quite insignificant. So, don't think too much of yourself. And take this insignificance and find comfort in it. Because what you do doesn't matter to other people than to yourself. So what you should focus on is doing what's best for you and doing something good to improve the life of yourself and others. You lie in your bed at night. You can't sleep and you're thinking about, all the embarrassing stuff I did. But who else are thinking about all the embarrassing stuff you did? Nobody. So why should you hold on to it? Why should it keep bothering you? You're the only one who remembers. Do you remember any embarrassing stuff some of your friends did, or some of your family members did, or some of your gym buddies did? Well, maybe you did, but you don't think too much of it. And you probably don't remember all the embarrassing stuff, because embarrassment is often something you feel yourself. Of course, you can be embarrassed on behalf of others, but What I'm referring to is those moments during the day where you do or say something that might be embarrassing, but people move on, and so should you. So don't pay attention to it. And when you lie in bed next time at night and can't sleep, and you remember all these embarrassing things, try to see if you can let them go and say they don't matter. Also, think about how unbearable it is to be around people who feel entitled to things because, don't you know who I am? Those people are jackasses to be around. They're selfish and just filled with egotism, and you don't want to be that person. I'm not saying that you are, but they think too much of themselves, and that's because they think that they are so important to everybody. But I think if they instead realize that they're not so important, they might have better relations to people. I don't know. Take this with you and apply it to your daily life. That if you're insignificant, why should it matter what people think of you? And why should it matter what you think of people? Be yourself and do what you want, and don't think too much of other people's opinion or what they might think of you, because it won't do you any good. It'll only bring you down. So free yourself and embrace the fact that you don't matter. This was today's episode of Stoic Lifting. I hope you liked it. If you have any suggestions for future quotes or themes that you would like to have discussed or just commented on, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.